Good morning. Looks like another beautiful day in the neighborhood, so it looks good. So I've been talking this week about the subject of focusing on the things that we can control rather than stressing over the things we cannot control, like the weather, right? You know, I've seen people get really stressed out just because, we've had a few days of rain or so. And I get it, but nothing we can do about it, right? So we need to shift our focus to something that we can work on, something that we can do. And so that is my message for today, that maybe we can find things that are within our control that we can fix, rather than getting upset over what we cannot. And there are a lot of things we can fix. So welcome to helping us. So now we're going to fix our bodies and our soul and our minds with yoga. So bring your attention inside. Close your eyes. And focus on your breath. Don't change your breath in any way. Don't deepen it. Just notice it. Just pay attention to the flow of your breath. And as your breath causes your body, your whole torso to undulate with, your chest rising, your ribs widening, your belly expanding, that movement of like a flow of water. Imagine your breath to be a river. Slow moving, flowing river, cleansing everything it passes. Cleansing as it flows, unencumbered to its destination. Continue to focus on your breath, keeping this in mind. The voyage, the flow that your breath takes. We never pay attention to our natural breath very much. Let's do that now. So return to your natural breath now. Oh, we're already there, right? And bring your attention back to your body. And slowly open your eyes. That reminds me that we learn to say things automatically, right? Without thinking. My next lesson next week. Okay, right. So let's start with some stretches and some twists. So bring your hands down alongside your body, and let's start on our right side. So walk your right arm away, left arm alongside your left ear. Look up at your top hand. Look down at the one that's on the mat. Look up and look down. Then bring your head back to neutral so that your spine, your neck spine is in line with your thoracic spine. And then send your left arm straight up to the sky. And you're going to rotate your arm so your thumb is away from you. And you're going to reach the back of your forearm behind you and let the back of your hand settle or land and the back of your heart. And you're going to press your hand into that back just a little bit to encourage your middle, your heart, to reach upward for the sky. Release your arm, bring it back to your stretch. On your next inhale, place your left hand forward of your right knee and bring both arms parallel. You're going to inhale, straight arms, look forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight arms. Exhale, bend and fold. Inhale and slide your hands back to your knee. Left hand on right knee and twist to look over your right shoulder. Remember, on the inhale, we lengthen our spine, feeling our ribs moving north, crown of our head moving upward. And when you're empty of breath, see if you can twist a little bit more. I'm going to spend a little time doing some twists today because what we want to work on today is to help strengthen our middle, our core. We'll do balancing and everything else that we normally have in a class, but we're going to focus on our core, which includes our whole middle section, front and back. Twists help to strengthen your core. So bring your left hand now on your right thigh and reach your right arm in the opposite direction for another lateral stretch. Push your right thigh away a little bit as if you were telling your hips to stay down on the mat. Bring both arms up to center. Swing your arms behind you, interlace your fingers, send your knuckle to the mat, your heart to the sky for a little baby back bend. Inhale, and on an exhale, you're going to fold over your legs, let your knuckles reach directly back behind you or lift up to the sky, whatever works. Any amount folding over your legs is good. Let your knuckles lead you back up to unfold. Let's do the left side. Left hand moves away, bend your elbow, right arm overhead. Nice long lateral stretch. The whole right side of your body. Look up at your right hand, look down at your left. Again, up and look down, opening up your neck. You're going to reach your right arm for the sky. You have returned your neck to neutral. You're going to rotate your arm. Bring the back of your hand to the back of your heart and use it to open up to the sky. Just opening up. Bring your arm back alongside your ear. Ooh. And then place your right hand forward of your left knee and parallel arms, straight arms looking forward. Inhale. Exhale, bend and fold. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend and fold. Inhale, straighten. Bring your hands back to your knee. Right hand on left knee. Turn to look over your left shoulder. Place your right hand on your left thigh, lateral stretch, opposite direction. And then bring both arms to center. Send your arms back behind you. Bring your fingers, the palms of your hands to the mat, fingers forward. Send your nose to the ceiling. Let's do 3 dragon's breath. In through the nose and a sigh out through the mouth. Here we go. Ha, ha, ha. Spring off your fingers, forward fold. And then slowly unfold. Okay, so we're going to come down on our back now, but first let's sit with our legs spread straight out in front of us. Hands alongside your hips, fingers pointing forward, Dandasana. Elbows reaching behind you. Inhale, arms up, gather. Exhale, bring that energy down to your heart. Send your arms straight out in front of you, the palms of your hands reaching, facing each other. And you're going to make your way down to the mat at a count of 20. Very slowly, you're using your core more and more as you get closer and closer to the mat. Remember, don't let your back slap onto the mat, so you use your forearms on the mat to prevent that. Nice and slow. Okay. Okay. All right, and come all the way. Okay. And once you get all the way down, bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Lift your hips just slightly to lengthen your spine underneath you. Okay. So send your arms straight out to the side in a T shape. And you're going to come on to the tips of your toes, the very tips of your toes. Your right leg is going to come in towards your chest, your knee, and then you're going to alternate slowly, inhaling and exhaling in rhythm with one leg touching as if you were testing the waters. One toe touching the mat, then the other. One, and then the other. Keep that going. Notice where you feel the tension. Do you feel it in your quads? Do you feel it in your calf? You should be using your abdominal muscles to help you with this. And anytime we put any kind of stress on our lower back, engage those abs, because they work together and the abs will help protect your lower back. All right, now bring both knees into your chest. You're going to take a deep breath in, and then you're going to exhale, lift your shoulders and your head, bringing your knees to your nose. Inhale your head back down to the mat. Exhale, nose to knees. Lift your shoulders. Now you're going to stay here. You're going to stay here, and then you're going to release your knees and send your legs straight out in front of you, your arms straight out. And then you'll bring your knees back in and hold them again. I'm going to keep doing this. Now, the lower your legs are, the more of a challenge it is, but you can do whatever works for you. So if you need to come up higher, come up higher. You're still working your core. The lower you go, the more you'll work it, but you're still working it. And you want to do this about 4 more times. And if your head is getting heavy, just let it come down to the mat and continue with just your knees. Okay, bring your knees into your chest, head back and shoulders back down to the mat, and roll from side to side. Release your knees, again, arms in a T shape. Send both legs up to the ceiling, and you want your legs to be directly over your hips. So you don't want them too close to your face or too far away, because then you'll have too much of an arch. If they go away, you have too much of an arch in your back. So you want them over your knees where you'll get just the right position for your back. All right. All right, so here we go. On an inhale, right leg comes down. Slowly, it hovers. Exhale, it back up. Inhale, left leg goes down. Hover. Inhale, exhale, it back up. And we're going to keep doing this. You're going to do it 4 times on each side. So inhale. And exhale. So that's a total of 8, right, all together. So it depends on how you want to count this. Remember to use your core here, your abs helping you. And when you're finished with your 8-1, you're going to bring your knees into your chest and roll from side to side. All right, and bring your feet back down onto the mat. All right, so send your knees to whichever side you prefer. Place your top hand on the floor, push yourself up. You're going to come back up to sit. And then you're going to make your way to your knees. And if you like to use a blanket under your knees, please do. All right. So let's imagine that we're standing and we're in Tadasana, in the mountain pose. I don't know if you can hear the banging. I'm hoping not. I'm doing some work outside the windows. So shoulders are over your hips and your hips are over your knees. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Use your belly here, bring it towards your spine, and that helps lengthen your spine. Right. And first thing we're going to do is bring our hands to our hips and do a gentle twist to the left. Inhale to center, exhale, to the other side. Inhale, center. Release your arms. Send your left leg out to the side, pointing away from you. It should be in line with your knee, with the knee that's on the mat. And you have a choice here. You can leave your toes pointing away. And again, always that knee is in line with your middle toe. Or you can rotate your ankle, rotate your foot on your ankle so that your toes are pointing away from you. They're pointing to the edge of your mat. And here too, you're making sure when you do that, your whole leg rotates so that your knee is still in line with your toes, right? You're going to have your left hand on your left leg, your right arm comes up along your right ear, and you're going to move your leg down as far as it comfortably goes. So you're not coming forward. Think of triangle. You're coming straight down sideways. You're going side over your extended leg, and as far as you can comfortably go. Right. So again, we're using our core very much in this pose. You're going to lift your bottom arm so that it's parallel with the mat or the floor, and then send your top arm so that both are parallel with the earth, or as much as you possibly can make it. Any amount works once again. So we're stretching and building our core here at the same time. Bring both your arms up. Keep your leg where it is. If you have a block or something you can use as it, your right arm will come down and take hold of that block, or it'll come all the way down to the mat. Coming onto your fingertips is fine. Your opposite arm is reaching for the sky. Now bring your top arm alongside your ear. Again, making it as much parallel to the mat as possible, and then lift the bottom one a little harder. Use that core. Use those abs here. And then bring them all the way back up. Oh. That's called a gate pose. And we have to do it on the other side, right? Okay, so step your right leg out. And the same thing here, you're going to either rotate your whole leg and your foot so that the toes are away, or the other way. And it's different for everybody which one works best. The class is taught with the toes away, but it doesn't really matter. It's not the purpose of the pose. So your right arm is reaching for your ankle, left overhead. Open up your heart. Left arm alongside left ear. Try to get parallel with the ground. Lift the bottom arm. Both arms come up along with your torso. Take a breath. Left arm comes down, hand touching the mat. Right arm overhead. Send it alongside your ear, make it parallel to the mat, as parallel as your body is allowing you today, and then lift the bottom arm so both are parallel. So you can feel how your core is working here to help you maintain this. And then bring it all the way up, bring your arms down, bring your knees back. And we're going to come to table for a moment just so that we could do some cats and dogs after that long stretch. So bring your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and let's do some cats and dogs. So dog on the inhale, cat, spine on the exhale. Inhale. and exhale. Keep going at your own pace. Okay. Okay, so come back up onto your knees. So before we come up to stand, we're going to do some I'm looking for the right words. Challenging twists for our body. And they're really not all that challenging, actually. If you have a strap or a leash, whatever you use, have it handy. Okay. And come to Dandasana. And then bring your right leg in to your chest. And hold it there for a moment. And you're going to walk your foot away just a little bit away from your left, your right leg away from your left, to give you room to bring your shoulder inside. And what we're going to do is reach with your left hand for your foot, if you can reach it, or your ankle or your calf. And then place your left hand on the mat for support. And then reach with your right arm as far as you can reach. Whatever, any amount is good. You should have the strap, I'm sorry, I should have said this first, around you so that it's convenient for you to grab hold of. All right, so and it doesn't have to be as long as this, but just as long as you can reach it. All right, so again, right shoulder is inside right leg, you're reaching. You're going to stretch your arm straight out in front of you. You're going to rotate your arm so that your thumb is facing down. You're going to wrap your arm around your leg. So it might not go far, and that's okay. And that's why we have the strap. So you'll grab the strap. And then you're going to reach with your left arm. Rotate it, thumb is down. Send your arm all the way back behind you. You're going to, it's as if you could make the bind with your hands, as if you could bring both your hands together. Or take the other end of the strap and walk your hands as far together as possible using that strap. If you don't have a strap at all, you let your hand land wherever it is. The good thing about the strap is that you get some tension. You get the feeling of the bind. And your other hand could stay right wherever it lands. So it might be just to your lower back. If you can make the bind, that's great, or you're using the strap. Either way is good. Any way is good. So now our job is to extend, sending the crown of your head toward your foot, your extended foot. And you're lowering inside your right leg. This is called Marichyasana. Marichi was a sage, okay? And here he's doing inner contemplation. And then very slowly, you're going to come up with whatever bind you may have. And both sit stones will be on the mat. And you're going to twist to the left. And feel this very deep twist. So if you have the strap, you might have had to loosen it up a little bit to get up. Now tighten it a little bit more. Release your left arm, bring it alongside your left ear. Release your right leg. Keep it bent. And you're going to rotate all the way around. And you're going to hook your left arm outside your right leg. If that's not comfortable, then you can wrap your arm around your leg. If you've hooked it outside, make sure that your right hand is a little bit as close to your thigh to keep that mountain spine up nice and straight. Same thing here, but it's a little easier to keep the mountain spine when you're wrapping as opposed to hooking, right? And look over your right shoulder. So our sage now has come to the end of his journey. Well, maybe not quite, yeah. And he has found the answer. So let's bring our forefinger and our thumb together. That's the union of the individual with the divine. It's also a symbol of knowledge, of finding the answer. And that deep, deep twist is strengthening your core. And come back to center. Extend both legs. All right, so there's one more we're going to do on this side. And this pose is called Bharadvajasana, another sage. We've got all these gurus here helping us out. So it's your right leg again. And this time, you're going to take the strap and hook it around, wrap it around your right foot. Okay, if you're using a strap. You want to bring your right foot as high up on your hip as possible, right? As high as possible. And you're going to send the strap all the way around to the back and take hold of it with your right hand. And then you'll feel the tension as you twist to the right, bringing your arm outside your leg and twisting to look over your shoulder, another very deep twist. Okay, and then come back to center because I want to show you how to do this. You can try if you wish to, or you can do it again with the strap. So if you have your leg up nice and high, you will have your left hand holding it in place. You send your right arm straight out in front of you like we did before. And you're going to swing it around. Now notice what I'm doing, my whole torso is coming around, and that lengthens the reach of my arm so I can take my foot in my hand as I send my arm outside my thigh. Look over your right shoulder. And then release it all, let it go. All right, other side. Okay, so we start with our left leg coming in to our chest. Walk it away from our leg. Take another breath here. Bring both arms inside. Start with reaching for your right toes with your right hand. Then releasing it and using that hand for support, that arm. And reaching inside, sending your shoulder inside your left leg, reaching for your foot. Ankle is perfectly fine. Whatever you reach, even if it's your calf, whatever it is, your goal here is to stretch, is to come down, is to bring the crown of your head toward your foot. And then you're going to release your left arm, rotate it so the thumb is down, wrap around it, take your strap or let your hand land, reach your right arm, rotate it, wrap it around, take the other end of the strap and walk your hands together, or maybe you can make the bind with your hands. Inhale and then exhale, come over your extended leg. Let the crown of your head reach forward. So you're not bending your head down, you're looking down. Marichyasana, the sage. Contemplation. Inward, introspective contemplation. Now, very slowly, again, you might have to loosen your strap just a little bit as you come up very, very slowly and allow your torso to go to the right. You're sitting on both sits bones at this point. And feel the deep twist in your middle. Bring your right arm alongside your right ear. Release your left leg. And again, you can wrap your arm around, or as you turn around, as you twist in the opposite direction, you can hook it around your left. This is Marichyasana 3. Yeah, he has 3 poses. He did a lot of, saging. So twist to look over your left shoulder. And again, your arm on your leg works as leverage to twist just a little bit more, even when it's wrapped. You can do the same thing. Allow yourself to twist just a little bit more. And then release it. Okay, so now we're going to work on Bharadvajasana. Bharadvaja is the sage. So here we go again. So your strap, you want to put, if you have one, around your foot. Reach it around the back so you can take hold of it with your left hand. Okay. Bring it as high as you can on your leg. If you're going to attempt to make the physical bind hand to foot, you're reaching your left arm straight out, you're rotating it, you're swinging it around, but your torso comes with it too to extend your reach. Take hold of your foot, take hold or the strap. Bring your right arm around your left thigh and twist to look over your left shoulder. And then release it. Extend your legs and breathe. Just breathe. Okay. So after all of that twisting, you're going to bring the soles of your feet together and bring your hands on your shins so that we can release our spine. So on an exhale, cat spine. Inhale, dog spine. And keep that going a few times. And then come back up to a neutral spine. Step your feet to the outside edge of your mat and swing them from side to side, windshield wiper legs, they're called. I don't think they had windshield wipers though when yoga was first developed, but hey, Okay, come to center. And then send your legs in whichever direction you like to make your way up to stand. Okay, and you're going to stand in Tadasana. Shoulders forward, up, back, and down. You know the drill, right? Sun breath, inhale, gather all that energy, bring it down to your heart, and just breathe. Take a moment just to breathe. You're going to turn to the top of your mat and in Tadasana again. So we're going to work both on core and balance in these flows. We'll do 2 of them. I hope there's time for 2. Okay. Bring your arms up overhead. Urdhva Hastasana is the name of this pose. Sometimes it's called high mountain. You're going to bend your knees deeply and sit in your chair, Utkatasana. Bring your feet, your legs close together. Bring your hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra. You're going to inhale, you're going to exhale, and you're going to hook your left elbow outside your right thigh. And you're going to twist by pushing your hands together and allowing your hands to maybe come to your heart or your heart to come to your hands. And then maybe you'll straighten your arms. And then bring them back together in that prayer. Then you're going to look down at your feet. Come onto the ball of your left foot. And keep that gaze down as you lift your left foot and step it back. If you fall out, just come back in. That's perfectly fine. Right, and then you're going to look down again, and we're going to do this in reverse. Yeah. So you're going to come onto your tiptoes. You're still looking straight down. You're going to lift your left leg and bring it forward. You're going to bring your prayer to center. Falling out is not an issue. You just come right back in. And you're going to bring your hands to the mat. You're going to send one leg back, send the other leg back, downward facing dog. Okay, when were we ever going to get to our dog? So, pushing the mat away with your hands, heels coming towards the mat, chest towards your thighs. And now begin to walk your dog, bending one knee and then the other, alternating, pedaling in place. You're going to come forward to plank. Right. You're going to hold this plank, using your core to keep you strong and keep you away from the mat. You're going to separate your feet a little bit or bring them together. So if you separate this to come to a side plank, your feet will be one in front of the other. Or we can all do this together. You can do the same thing you did before. Or feet are stacked for your side plank. Great core builder. Keep that core working to keep your hips from the mat. Bring your arm down. Bring your knees down. Bring your hips to your heels. We're only going to be here a second. You're going to come up. You're going to turn under your toes. Downward facing dog. You're going to send your right foot forward. Now you can do that in 1, 2, or 3 steps, right? So it could be like this, and then you help it forward with your hand, right? And then the left comes, Uttanasana. Fly out and up and down the center line. Okay. Urdhva Hastasana. Come into your chair. Come to your prayer. Hook your right elbow over your left leg. Come to the ball of your right foot. You're looking straight down. There's focal point. Look at your foot. Up. First, let's straighten our arms. And then bring them back together and make that twist a little deeper. Bring your gaze back down to the mat. You're on the ball of your right foot. You're going to lift it and send it back. And twist again. You're going to look down at your foot. You're going to lift your back leg and bring it forward. Bring your prayer forward. Bring your hands to the mat. Send your left leg back. Send your right leg back. Downward facing dog. Come forward to plank. Swivel into your side plank. Back to dog. Step your left foot forward. Right, hang over. Fly out and up and down the center line. Okay, great. Right. So we've done a lot of core work and some balance, but we're going to do a little bit more balance. Okay. Step to the top of your mat. Come on to the ball of your right foot. Step it back to warrior one. Come into your warrior one. Bring your hands straight out in front of you. Bring your left over your right. You can bring just the backs of your hands together, or you can cross at the elbows and wrap your hands all around for eagle arms. Bring your thumb to your middle eye. Send your gaze to the sky. Exhale, come down inside your left leg. Slowly push your feet into the mat to help you with your balance. Twist, another twist to the left. Twist to the right. Open your wings, step in to warrior two. Check your feet, make sure you're in alignment. You're going to swivel back to warrior one. You're going to bring your hands down. You're going to slide your foot forward and lift your leg. You're going to bend your left leg and cross your right over your left arm over right, eagle arms. Squat down. Look at what's around you. Then you're going to spread your wings and fly. Make sure you have your weight on your left foot before you land in your tree. Bring your hands down to your heart. And bring your foot down to the mat. Okay. All right, just the other side. And then I promise we'll come back down and cool down. All right, come on the ball of your left foot, step back, warrior one. Come to your full expression of warrior one. Bring your arms right out in front of you, palms facing each other, left arm over, right? Eagle arms. Thumb to the third eye, look up at the sky. Inhale, exhale. You can stop at your thigh or come all the way down inside your leg as much as is possible. You push into the mat with your feet coming all the way up. You're going to twist to the right. Feel how much deeper your twists are now. Notice. And then twist to the other side. And then open your wings, coming to warrior two. Feel warrior two, make sure your leg does not collapse. Your bent knee, make sure it's tracking over your toes. You're going to swivel back to warrior one. Make sure you have your footing. Bring your arms down. Come forward. Bring your leg up. Cross your leg over the other leg. Eagle arms. Come down, open your eagle wings and fly. Whoops, fly in to your tree. And bring it down. All right. Wonderful. Okay. So we have just enough time to cool off a little bit and then come to Shavasana. So come on down onto your mat, make your way all the way down. Bring your feet to the mat. Lift your hips, send them towards your heels to lengthen your spine. And just breathe. You're going to bring your knees into your chest. You're going to take both knees with your hands and send them away, lift, exaggerating the curve of your back. Exhale, bring your knees into your chest, flatten your lower back on the mat. Inhale. And exhale, a little massage for that lower back. Keep it going. Open your knees. Next time your knees are into your chest, open them wide. And you're going to make circles with your knees. They're going to go in opposite directions, big circles. Big circles. Feel your hips, feel your lower back, feel your whole, even a little bit of your ribs. You can feel the massage. If you wish to let go of your knees, you can do that. And then when they come together, go the other way. Notice if you have a wider range without holding on to your knees. Maybe, maybe not. And then finally, bring your knees into your chest, bring your feet to the mat. Grab a blanket or a block, whatever you happen to have, a pillow, slide it underneath your hips. You want it to be just below your waist. so that your sacrum is on it, and send your likes to the sky for a final inversion. So you can have your arms any way you like. I recommend out to the side in a T shape so that you are just opening up, completely opening up. And then whenever you are ready, you'll make your way to Shavasana. Take your time getting there. Maybe you want to stay in your inversion a little bit longer. So in your Shavasana, one leg, then the other, let them legs splay open naturally. Send your arms alongside your body, downward, and rotate them so that the palms of your hands are pointing upward. In a giving and receiving mudra, gesture. And just relax. Feel your whole back body melting into gravity. Listen to your heartbeat. Follow your breath. Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender to transformation. Deepen your breath. Begin to reawaken your body. Roll your head from side to side. Send your arms overhead, your feet away from you in the opposite direction. Lengthen your legs and stretch. Big stretch. Then bring your knees into your chest and hug them and roll from side to side. Then release your knees and roll over on to your left side, exposing your sun side to prepare you for the day ahead. And make your way up gently to a seated position. And when you get there, bring your hands to your heart. Bring your hands, your thumbs close to your heart and listen to your heartbeat. Focus on your breath. And let's think about using all of this energy that we have generated for our inner good and send it out into this world as we make our way forward into the day and think about focusing on the things we can control. Thank you. Namaste.